Welcome to another episode of Battling with Bourbon. Today we have a very special Taste Test Tuesday. I'm your host, Rockstar Johnny Nye.
And I'm your host, the whole effing show, the real effing deal, Mike Verdusco.
And today
what we have here, guys, what do we got?
we got 2 wild turkeys.
Woo! We got something special for you. We've got a 2013 Wild Turkey Forgiven. And in case you guys don't know about this one, a little history on this. This was a batch that was accidentally made. Rumor has it somebody accidentally spilt the barrel of rye into the barrel of bourbon. Associate distiller at the time, Eddie Russell, tasted it. It was like, this isn't garbage. This is Forgiven. This is master stroke genius is what this is. So they bottled it up, put a cork in it, and we're about to taste it. Little notes on this one. It says the batch they never intended with just one taste that I was saying. Master distiller Eddie Russell knew their mistake was more a master stroke because it married the very best qualities of our robust rye whiskey and fine bourbon. Vanilla, oaky, pointing towards a perfectly toast of cinnamon, clove, and pepper finish. Aged, of course, in our number 4 char barrels. 4, baby. For life. When our distillery's crew unwittingly mingled a very rare high proof with a perfectly aged bourbon, our associate master distiller discovered they had created something exceptional. A whiskey blend that's big, bold, and spicy, yet exceptionally smooth. Needless to say, all was forgiven. And we've got that going against our Unforgotten. You got Forgiven, Unforgotten. So over here, we've got a magnificently marriage of a 13-year-old bourbon, 8 and 9-year-old rye, finished for a secondary maturation period in rye casks. The palate on this one starts with a luscious combination of caramel, fruit, and sweet oak before transitioning to notes of black pepper and warm baking spices on the finish. And this one was a 2022 Master's Keep edition. I actually found this in a raffle over at Wise Guys in Maryville, Indiana. On this one, was saving it for a special occasion. On the way home, someone hit me head on going 55 miles an hour. I survived with no broken bones. Went home, cracked this bad boy open, figured being alive was a special occasion enough.
Tomorrow's never promised. And this one in particular, the Forgiven, is ranking in at 91 proof, whereas the Unforgotten comes in at 105.
Woo!
So we're not terribly off on proof, but these are both, burr ryes as they call, so blends of bourbon and rye. So this is going to be interesting to see which one comes out ahead.
We're going to start with Forgiven.
Absolutely.
See what we have on the nose.
Now, as a honest answer, we've never had this one. I got this from my cousin Callan, as you've seen in previous videos. He came upon this one, so thank you, Callan, for hooking this up. Very
mellow on the nose.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Yeah, it's got a nice nose. I like it.
That traditional caramel and vanilla, but not necessarily a traditional oak. I don't smell the oak as pungent as I do on a normal turkey product.
I don't either. I'm getting something else, though. There's something outside of the caramel and vanilla that I'm getting. What is that? It almost smells like it's toasted. Like a butter pecan kind of thing. On the...
I'm definitely getting like a honey on the nose.
It smells really good, though. I like it.
It does smell very good.
Let's
Not so much heat on the nose.
No, very, very little.
We'll go ahead and give it a little chew.
Give it a chew. Oh yeah, let's get the legs first. Let's give it a chance.
It's always something catches my eye. Nice legs always catch my eye, guys.
That's pretty good legs.
Pretty good, yeah, absolutely. For sure. Especially being that, when did I say this bottle came out? 2013?
Yes.
Yeah, so 2013. It is now 2023 going on 2024. Guys, we are sipping on a 10-year-old bourbon. Thank goodness it didn't have cork rot. Thank goodness it didn't have any damage done inside the bottle. Like he said, it was it's our first time tasting this one. This wasn't ours originally.
Yeah. And when we got it, it was open, so I immediately replaced that cork.
Oh. Very nice, very nice.
Interesting.
Very smooth.
It's very smooth. I'm almost speechless because it's the perfect combination of a bourbon and a rye.
For sure.
I legitimately, if I would taste this and didn't know that that's what it was, I would still think that that's what it was. Because it has a lot of bourbon characteristics up front, but it finishes with that rye spice. But not like a hot spice, just like a nice, like...
Yeah, no heat whatsoever.
No heat.
No heat on this.
Would you say baking spice? On the rye, on the end?
So yeah, there's for sure a spice on the end. You know, definitely a baking spice. Which one I'm not certain of. But there's definitely a baking spice on the finish.
Like
nice
almost,
viscosity on the finish on this one too.
It's almost peppery.
It does have that pepper finish on the end that they were speaking of.
Yeah.
Coats the whole tongue. Doesn't really miss a quadrant. There's some lingering on the aftertaste too on this one.
Yeah.
It's not a runaway finish, as I like to call some of them.
Now before you finish that, let's get the Unforgotten a taste so we can go back and forth. I always like to do that.
Let's see here, guys. On the nose. Oh, okay. So the Unforgotten is much more pungent on the nose.
It is.
I'll say that. Whether that's the extra couple of aged years or if that's because they finished it in a rye cask, I'm not certain, but...
I'm going to tell you right now, I can tell they used a 13-year-old bourbon in this.
You can smell the caramel and the oak.
I can smell that sweet turkey oak that's in the Russell's 13 on the nose. It's not the same, but it's in there. It's very much in there. That really awesome full nose with that sweet oak that's on the Russell's 13 comes through in this.
So guys, basically what they did here was they accidentally made this. They decided to turn that volume up a notch. And that's where you're getting here. Everything I got here, I'm getting here, just with the volume turned up a bit.
Absolutely. I already tell you right now, this wins.
Correct. Now, with that being said, I do feel it kind of depends on your mood for the day and where you're at. Because this is a little higher proof, it is coming in a little hotter. You know, this one didn't have any Kentucky hug. Not that this one has a huge Kentucky hug, but you definitely get a little warmth from the chest with the Unforgotten. So the Forgiven might be more of a hot day, you know, neat pour, you know, if it's really hot outside, because you're going to get the same profiles.
Yeah.
You know, so this one you're going to get all the flavor. You'll be able to consume more of this one.
Yeah, you'll get the flavor, but there's less oak in the Forgiven.
Correct.
Significantly.
Significantly.
Like that's really the major difference.
And that's where the bacon spice is coming in at on this one.
Yes.
It's from the oak,
yeah,
for sure.
There is a lot more of that oak profile of an aged turkey that you get in the Russell's 13, the Wild Turkey 12-year. This is an excellent release.
Yeah. But not that there's a real loser in this episode.
Mm-mm.
Matter of fact, finding a 10-year bottles, I'd say we're the winners. You know, bam. How you like me now? But this one's definitely gonna. If I had to pick between the two, and we were doing blind tests, this one's gonna win for sure. Yeah. That one's winning.
Unforgotten will go to the next round.
Yeah, but I still forgive him. I forgive him for losing today.
Absolutely,
I forgive him.
And and this may come back and beat the heck out of some other things. So we'll see how this is not over. The Forgiven is never over.
It's never over.
It's coming back, baby. But no, this has been a nice
Taste Test Tuesday.
Nice Taste Test Tuesday. So thank you guys for tuning in. We are battling with bourbon.
We'll see you next Tuesday.